Why did they kill Jesus? They wanted his power. I've said this in my previous video, but why specifically? What power specifically are we talking about? We are talking about the power of the inner child, the eternal child. Because even in psychology, Sigmund and Freud, they were afraid of the eternal child. Because once you reach a certain level of spirituality, you get back to what is known as the inner child state. And Nirvana says that all the information that pretty much you've collected throughout the lifetimes and all your lifetimes before are all mashed now into this quantifiable, eternal childlike state. So what did they want, really, was the power of the child. You think all this pedophilia and all this child kidnapping and all this child molestation in Christianity, you think that just happened out of the blue? Why do you think this is coming to light now? And it's all connected because Jesus was like a child. He didn't seek to collect followers, he seeks to collect friends, because that's all a child wants, is to play with friends and make friends and have a community of friends. But you see, there's a lot of stories that have gone amiss, because I'll give you an example and I'll use African mythology mixed with Marvel to do that. Because all these stories are connected, people. You just gotta connect the dots and put 1 + 1 is 2. See, the story of Anansi was the story of an individual who wanted to change his ways. Anansi is a spider, but in fact he was a magical being that took spider form and decided that he wanted to change his ways. He wanted to find true love. Jesus wanted to find the essence of the truth, reality, the essence of reality. And he did everything just like Anansi. But how did these two stories connect? Well, for every Jesus and there's a Judas, and for every Anansi there was a goblin, and for every Spider-Man there was a green goblin. Now, how do these stories connect? Is because what do goblins do? They steal. That's their sole reason, because the goblin could not understand how the spider got everything he wanted. Well, spider tricked, or the spider actually did, is he found the sky god. He found his eternal child, and come to find out, just like Jesus, that everything you wanted was already laid bare for you to have. You just had to see the reason why you weren't having it. And because the reason you weren't having it is because you were not in your true state, which is the eternal childlike state. But that childlike state gives you immense power. Immense power. And for all the talk that all the other people seem to have around them, they could not figure out how a street rat had more power than the entire fucking system. And so they deemed him a problem. All of these children now, all of these innocent children, they're a problem for those who have power now, who have always had it and did not want it to change. And so they decided, we need to get rid of this problem. We need to get rid of Jesus. We need to get rid of these children. So, therefore, that anyone that reaches, how the fuck do you think stem cell research gets done? They've been doing this for centuries. They've been doing this for millennia. You want to know why Cleopatra's children were never found? Because not only did they have the eternal childlike state, they had the God-like essence. Now, an eternal child state, which with God-like essence, which reach you a certain level of God. But there are many levels of God because there are many gods. So, just like in the Matrix, right? The Merovingian, all right? This guy obsessed, morally obsessed with cultivating power, wanting it, to have it at all costs. Even the oracle deemed, what does a man with power want? More power. So, the whole Christianity, Catholicism, the Vatican, all that is really a cult obsessed with power. They've had it for so long, why give it up right now? And why get in the way, or why do away with people? Because honestly, if they wanted to, they would have blown up this planet right now. All right, nuclear war, Holocaust. Everyone's fearing a new third world war. Well, if we were so useless, if there was this population problem, why not blow up the planet right now? And guess what? The game stops. The power game ends. Because as there's something to squeeze out, which is what these really Christian Catholicist fundamentalists are really doing, is they want power at all costs. And not only did they find explicitly good ways to cultivate that by sadistic means, nowadays they've got people's minds, spirits, and bodies so warped up, they get you to do it for them yourselves. Starting with sugar. Because what do cockroaches, bugs, ants, insects like more than anything? Sugar water. Men in Black type shit. Zed, we got a bug. There are bugs in this system. There are bugs in this society. There are bugs everywhere. And I ain't talking Bugs Bunny. I'm talking insects disguised in human form. And their only purpose is to suck out the nutrients of your soul, to suck out your essence of power. Why do you think all our food products have sugar in them? Is to get you riled up, fattened up, and ready for extraction. How do they do it? They do it with radar, sonar technology. To get your vibration going, to see if there's any information, spiritual information, that they can extract. Because it's all a game of tit for tat. Spiritual. It's your being in all sorts of ways probed for information. But I couldn't put the pieces together because, believe it or not, there were a lot of people that were putting a lot of dirt in my eye, including my own family, which is why, I had to separate, took some time out, took in the desert, nearly fried my damn brain. But at least I know the truth, and I get to share the truth. Now, whether or not you guys are ready to play catch up or get with the fucking program, because they have been doing this. Even now, your phone, your television, all your stats, all you've done, it was all recording, all right? An all set pretense of how much power does one individual have, can or have, and will cultivate, and are they prepped for extraction? Are they prepped for extermination, assassination, dissection? Because Jesus didn't walk up after 3 days and left. No, they hid his corpse away in a cave for a reason. Because they were not going to be done with Jesus after he died on that cross. Because they knew there were some evil, fucked up societies that wanted power at all cost. And luckily, all they could get out of him by the time they got his corpse out of the operating room was his blood. Hence, the blood of Christ which is why they always talk about that shit, because these vampires drank enough of it. You're welcome, fuckers.